Hello and welcome to the Missed Q. I'm your host, Ricky, and with me today is Tyler Fallis.
Wow, thanks for having me.
Lake Havasu City. Been doing theater for a while. Somewhat of a indie film director.
Yeah, that's generous.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Thank you. Yeah.
The reason I wanted to have Tyler on is because Tyler has some hot takes on some theater opinions.
I don't know if they're hot.
But they're takes. They're certainly takes.
I think
he had some aggressive takes and some strong opinions.
I think they're facts and they're correct. And I think most people feel the same way. They just are too cowardly to say so.
I see. So you're representing those people that are too cowardly to say these things. Okay, fair enough, because I want to just jump right into it. So Tyler and I are currently doing a production of Grease. And the other night, we were all standing around backstage, and I heard you say some things about some movie musicals. And it kind of made me think I wanted to have you on to talk about that sort of stuff because you kind of had some unpopular opinions, as one person called you a contrarian.
I think that's fair and valid.
Okay, so let's let the listeners judge for themselves. Let's just jump right into it, okay? What's one movie musical that people love that you absolutely hate?
Moulin Rouge. It's not even a question. Anyone that knows me, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I think my final for college was like a 12-page paper on why Moulin Rouge sucks. It boils my blood in a way that's hard to describe. I see red. I hate every second of it. I think Baz Luhrmann is a hack. I think everyone involved is... Ewan McGregor should have been blacklisted from Hollywood because he made Moulin Rouge. I hate that movie. I like movies that are shot consistently and breathe. And Moulin Rouge is a 2-hour anxiety attack on every sense. And I understand that's the point. It is what it is. It's just trash. And it's a jukebox musical, which is even worse.
Wow. Okay, and that's another question that I had down is just how you feel about jukebox.
Any movie that opens with Ozzy Osbourne in green makeup should be banned.
Were they more about the musical numbers, the flashiness of it?
It's the flashiness of it. It's the camp of it, but mostly it's the editing. It really is just, I looked this up before I came here because I needed to make a point. The average shot length of that movie is 2 seconds.
Okay, so it's quick cuts.
It's quick cuts. It's a 2-hour movie. 2 seconds a cut. That's insane. That's insane. That's just, it's every movie of his. It's Elvis. It's Romeo and Juliet.
I liked Elvis. I thought Elvis was amazing. I saw it 4 times in the movie theater.
I saw it 4 times in the movie theaters too, out of pure hatred.
See, but so
it was torture.
All right, so that's a jukebox musical. Movie musicals were a big thing back in the 60s, during the golden age of them.
Yeah.
I feel like they really started making a comeback when Chicago came out.
Yeah, so there was a time in like
that was like in 2005
40s, through the 60s where the roadshow musical was big. And it seems this isn't canon or historical in any way, but it seems to me that Broadway was just making musicals in order to sell them as roadshow attractions. That way they can make more money through Hollywood, which is where the money was made. It was made on Broadway. And I feel like that was the norm forever until Hello Dolly and Dr. Dolittle absolutely destroyed their studios and killed the musical forever. And I feel like we're in that same moment right now in Marvel movies.
Hello Dolly is such a classic, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good movie.
Or am I thinking that just because Wally used a couple of the songs?
Well, no, it's actually good. I know Jake Ware would kill me right now.
He would.
I'm kind of expecting him to creep up behind me with a knife. But it destroyed that studio. It completely bankrupted them. And I feel like that's more just because the movie musical was oversaturated at that point. This is after The King and I. This is after South Pacific. And it was just slowly dying out like Marvel movies today. Where we're losing money on these huge productions. Right. And I feel like...
Is that because of oversaturation or...
Too expensive? I mean, there are whole documentaries on why Dr. Dolittle just ballooned to like $1 million production budget for that time and just killed the studio. And so they couldn't take risks anymore and they couldn't make musicals because they weren't profitable anymore. And then the 70s happened and you had your counterculture musicals like Cabaret and everything else Bob Fosse did.
The Who's Tommy?
Who's Tommy?
During that time.
Yeah, and then
But that was like a whole genre, and like the Pinball Wizard, for instance.
Yeah.
People hear that song and they don't think, "Oh, this stage musical."
Yeah. Same thing with Pink Floyd's The Wall. Mm-hmm. That was a stage musical before it was a movie. I'm pretty sure it might be the other way around. But then the 2000s happened, and Chicago won an Oscar.
Yeah,
And Chicago made all
I
of them
loved
musical.
Chicago. I loved the whole tone of that movie,
It's the best musical movie ever made. 100%.
like across the board, performances, editing, cinematography.
But there are movie musicals I like more than Chicago, but I think Chicago it's the best editing, but it makes the Broadway musical obsolete. I've seen Chicago a few times professionally and amateurly, and it is a much better movie than it is a stage production. And I feel like it's one of the few musicals that you can say that.
Because the stage is basically usually it's like the levels with the way we've done it here a couple times was basically the levels with the band on it, and then a chair comes out every once in a while. So there's no real set changes, and the audience really has to use their imagination a lot.
Yeah, and that's fine. I like minimalist stuff as much as the next person. But the thing that makes Chicago work so well as a movie is just the intercutting that you could do. And that's where I think a lot of movie musicals fail, is they don't understand how editing works. They don't understand the language of film, and Chicago does. Everything about that movie feels like a movie. And just how it handles the diegetic and non-diegetic moments and puts them together in really, really interesting ways. You just can't do that effectively on a stage. It's too complicated. You probably could, but it's just way easier to do on film, and that's why I feel like Chicago, just every time I've seen it, it falls flat. I also think there's like a really heavy level of cynicism that just Broadway musicals are not designed to handle. I don't think musicals are edgy enough. I feel like they pretend to be.
I see.
Even edgy ones. Musicals are made to entertain people, and I hate saying this because it makes me seem like a tool.
Tyler is currently performing in a musical right now.
Yeah.
Tonight he'll be in one.
I'd say come see Grease, but it's sold out. It's fantastic. You can go on the waiting list at graceartslive.com. It truly is a wonderful experience, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. And I'm so glad that you're in it too. I feel like we work really well together.
Yeah. I always enjoy being on stage with you.
Yeah.
I am not a greaser,
Hey, you were.
but you are. I was at one
were.
point. Yeah.
This is the second time we've done the show.
Yeah. You played a greaser both times, so you went from playing Kaneki to playing Sonny now.
Thank God.
Which one do you like better?
Sonny, because he does less.
Okay. More jokes.
No, just
No, not more jokes, but it's just jokes.
he does less.
You don't have to sing Grease
I
Lightning.
don't have to sing Grease Lightning. I don't have to act with people I don't want to act with. I just do my thing, go home, and that's nice. It's nice not to have the responsibility of a lead for like once. Mm-hmm. It's nice just to show up.
Heavy is the crown that Tyler wears.
What can I say? I know what I am. You need a funny person or a snarky villain.
And that's the thing about all the greasers right now. There is that dynamic of different types of people and personalities. So it's almost like, when you have an ensemble sitcom or something, and you have all these different kinds of characters. So it's like you, Alex Campamizzi,
Friend of the show.
he does his own.
I feel like we when we did Grease the first time, we didn't have that. I feel like
Well, I kind of came
No.
in at the last minute.
no, it wasn't that, and I think you were fantastic. But I feel like everyone's kind of was playing the same character. Our levels were all similar, and I feel like in this production, especially, Grace has casted it really well, to where every character feels like they're bringing something else to the table. Where I feel like when we did Grease, we were all just playing greasers. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does for sure. Do you think musicals should even be made into movies at all, or do you think that they should just quit while they're behind?
I don't know if they're behind. I feel like Chicago really revitalized the movie's musical.
Yes.
We had Sweeney Todd, we had Phantom of the Opera, we had just a cavalcade of...
Do you think Sweeney Todd automatically drew in the Tim Burton fan base just because it was the Tim Burton film? Or do you think it like stands on its own? It's very, obviously Tim Burton style.
Sweeney Todd
I
is-
thought it was great. I enjoyed it.
I do too. I don't think Tim Burton understood Sweeney Todd when he made the movie. If that makes sense. I feel like Sweeney Todd is a comedy and people just make it like a slasher. And I feel like Tim Burton didn't understand the comedy very well of Sweeney Todd, but I feel like it's probably the best movie that we're ever going to get of that. And I feel like
Yeah.
his style really lended to it, which is kind of really important when you're making a musical, I think. More so than other forms. But, like, do musicals even deserve to exist? Should they quit while they're behind? Musicals make money. Wicked made a lot of money. The Greatest Showman made a lot of money. I don't know if Hollywood understands that because they still market movie musicals weird. They market them as straight movies, no singing.
Right.
Or if they do in the trailer, it's like one shot of someone singing and dancing.
I thought the trailers for Wicked were cool and made well.
I think that was like the only time in recent memory where they did that, though. Mm-hmm. But even like people that I were talking to still didn't understand that Wicked was a musical. They still didn't know that. Which I was like, I
Right.
only know it as a musical.
And
But very bad.
have you heard the whole story? Because, there's a part 2 coming out. So I've seen it on tour.
There's more Wicked.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, from the stage play, it gets dark.
Oh, well, I mean, I read the book.
Okay.
It's garbage. It's terrible. It's bad Wizard of Oz fanfic. So I can only assume that, like, and I've listened to the musical.
And have you seen the movie?
No.
You haven't seen the movie.
I don't need to. I don't like the
Why?
musical. Because I don't like the musical.
Okay.
I don't think the movie is going to make me suddenly go.
I think it might.
Oh my God, I was wrong about
I
Wicked.
think it might. It might make you go, okay, it's not bad. I'm not expecting you to love it. But you might have an appreciation for it a little bit.
Okay, so Transformers 1 is better than Transformers 2. That does not make Transformers 1 a good movie. Like, just because I can say Wicked is competent does not mean Wicked is good. It's just okay. And, like, I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's good. I just think the story of Wicked is fundamentally trash. And I don't need to revisit that just to, like, prove a point. I'm not going to come back to Wicked in 10 years and be like, oh, it's aged like a fine wine. I'm going to say, wow, a skunky beer. I haven't had one of these before. A nice, refreshing glass of
So
Wicked.
what do you...
Crack open a cold one with the boys.
Okay.
Oh, she's singing Defying Gravity again. Crunk.
Defying Gravity, there were some points where they chopped up the song into, like, I think 3 sections pretty much for the movie. And I can't remember if it was the same way for the stage. I feel like it wasn't. But it's like they paused the song, like it was building and building, and then they'd stop and do some little dramatic scene. And then they'd do the next part, and then dramatic scene. And it's like right when you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. And then boom.
But that might be good. Because you can do that in a movie. You can intercut.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, and I get like the bringing us to that level and then like being like, okay, and then like getting us there. But it was almost,
All edging and no teasing.
it just brings you to that point where you're ready for that big note or that next level of the song. And then
That
it
climax,
cuts to another scene. Not a different scene, but all of a sudden she like turns around and is like,
You're going to be popular.
see, you know it, dude. You know it.
No, I know Wicked. I just
I
don't
listen to it
think it's good.
ironically so I can make fun of it.
I listen to it to hate myself. I like torturing myself with strong emotions. Wicked and Moulin Rouge are that for me.
Wow. In preparation for this episode with you, I kind of looked back on some movie musicals over the last like 10, 15 years, and there were some that I totally forgot were done. For instance, West Side Story. Okay? Which you and I did a little over 10 years ago together. We played some Jets.
That's my most proud performance ever. I feel like that was the last thing I actually like tried really hard at.
Yeah, it was intense. You played action. I played riff. And there were some definite intense moments.
Yeah. That's the first time I felt like I was ever acting.
Yeah, particularly when Lieutenant Schrank comes in and is yelling at us during the War Council. And Larry Perger, may he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Amazing performance. That was the first time I had ever really looked at Larry and was like, this is an actor.
Yeah, it was, and he kind of, I felt like he saved that too. He didn't tease that out until like Hell Week. It was like Wednesday, and he grabbed me, and I was like, oh, we're here now.
He got in my face yelling at me. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, you can hear a pin drop in that theater every single performance. It was amazing.
So good. So good. And Rod, too. He was fantastic.
And Rod was right there in that scene. So you had these two, like, legendary talents, local legends. And it was one of those rare moments where you're in the moment and you know everybody else is too. And, like, Larry just had that scene just right there.
By the throat. And I feel like that's the kind of thing that audiences want and so rarely get.
Mm-hmm.
It's there in it too. And I feel like that scene specifically and the way Larry held it, I always could feel the audience knowing in their back pocket that Larry has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know if he's going to shoot. And he never does. He never even pulls it out.
He doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to. It's just like, oh man, something bad is going to happen. And every scene after that, every time you go into docks, there's always that ghost.
Yeah.
This is a bad place. And it ends up being a really bad place.
Mm-hmm. Well, and during that scene, he basically was taunting your character at one point, just pressing your buttons because he wanted you to like throw hands and just give him a reason.
Yeah. And that's Larry's so good.
Yeah, and he taunted you, and he just never budged. It's
a brick wall.
Yeah.
This was another Tuesday for him, and that was so hard to deal with for me, for action. Forgive me, I don't want to get all actor wanky, but it was so hard for action to deal with that, just because I feel like that character was always the leader of the Jets in his mind, but knew he would never be there.
Right. He's like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Never being granted.
And he finally gets it at the end, and it all goes to hell. He's the leader for like a night, and the gang gets destroyed.
Yeah.
I love West Side Story. Another movie that I think works better as a movie.
So I do remember when I first saw the trailer for that, and it's that overhead shot, and you see the shadows of the two gangs, and it's like the whistle, and it said like Steven Spielberg presents it. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And it was West Side Story. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and that's
how do you think it compares to the 60s film?
I think the 60s film is perfect. It's one of those foo movies that I think are like legit 10 out of 10s. Mm-hmm. I rarely give them out. And I love that movie so much. That is probably my favorite movie musical. I think it's perfect in it. The colors, the costuming, the emotions, it's so great. And when I saw that trailer and when I saw Steven Spielberg, I'm like, okay. A Mount Rushmore, not even just American filmmaker, but a Mount Rushmore filmmaker is going to make a musical for the first time ever. And then I saw it and I was like, oh. It would have been nice if like 1980s Steven Spielberg directed this, not like modern day. I think the remake of West Side Story is really good.
Yeah.
My only problem is like when you hear that Steven Spielberg is making a musical, I just expected more. Mm-hmm. I think Mike Faist was fantastic though as Riff. I feel like he was really good.
Yeah, and it was a great cast.
I feel like the modernization. I feel like the thing that's most interesting about West Side Story is he kind of got rid of the dancing fighting and just made it real fighting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could still
really well.
You can still count it out. I mean, it's still the 8 counts.
That movie has a realness to it that I don't think the original has.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like how some of it's in Spanish. I think the cast is really good. I think the acting is phenomenal. I think the song choices are weird.
What do you think about when they do those kind of movies and they add in like new original songs?
Hey, you got to win an Oscar. Someone's got to do it. You win an Oscar, you make like another $3 million at the box office guaranteed when you re-release it. So I don't mind. I don't care that much.
You understand the reason for it.
Yeah, it's I'm not.
And I'm not saying that they're not good. Some of them are absolute bangers, but
1 out of 10.
But I mean, hey, look at all the stuff Lin-Manuel Miranda's putting out. Do you think he's overrated?
Yeah. By definition, he has to be. He's putting out so much stuff that, like, by the definition of overrated, he has to be. He's made he's made one masterpiece. He's made another musical that's
I never get sick of him.
fine. How? The problem with Lin-Manuel Miranda is everything sounds the same. Every Disney movie that he's written for.
But you can always tell, like, oh, this is a Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, I couldn't pick. You give me a song from Moana and a song from Encanto, and I probably could not tell you which movie it wasn't for if I didn't hear the dialogue. If you just like da 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 da, I'd be like, it's
Right.
Lin-Manuel. It's that hip rap that's super safe flow for the whole family.
I
We'll
love
throw
it.
in one F word to be edgy.
I love it.
It's fine. It's the definition of okay. I think the only thing Lin-Manuel Miranda has done that I was really, really inspired by was when he made Tick, Tick, Boom. Did you ever see that?
I did not.
It's good. It's fine. It's perfectly competent. It's a really good first film. And normally when a theater director makes a movie, which is every time they do a musical adaptation, it's bad.
So you want to see the film directors adapting?
You have to. You have to. You can't. The problem is theater and film have two different languages. They're very similar. They're totally different. And I feel like if you do not understand the language of film, you cannot make a really good movie musical. Look at the producers.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie that they made a phenomenal musical about, and it's the exact same cast, it's the exact same crew, and it's a bad movie. It's just, it falls flat. Everything about it falls flat, but you see it on stage and it's phenomenal. The jokes don't match up. They didn't adapt it at all. And frankly, the director just doesn't understand filmmaking and they shoot it really flatly. It's kind of like, if you look at the Mary Poppins sequel, is Lin-Manuel Miranda in that?
He is, and you know what? There's a couple of original songs that I thought were really good, and they kept, especially because it kept with the same vibe and the same tone as the original soundtrack.
But it's shot really flat. All the dance numbers look like it was danced on a stage, and it's shot like,
Yeah.
we're only going to use this master. And I feel like it's so boring and samey, and it feels like a theater production.
You know, I gotta say, one of my favorite movie musicals is Singing in the Rain, and I just think, oh man,
I've never seen it.
really, I love it. When I think of the song itself, Singing in the Rain, I mean, you're gonna say for sure that a lot of it's shot flat. You know, there's the tap numbers. It's clearly on these, like, you have, here's the backdrop for you. And then we're going to go to this side of the room, and then we're going to shoot against the wall here. So it is that kind of vibe for sure, but I love it. The Singing in the Rain number, it's like, maybe it's the jib movement of the camera. I don't know what it is, but
I wouldn't necessarily call it shot flat though. I feel like the camera movement in that, because everyone's seen that scene, I feel like it is flat by like a definition, but there's movement. There's acting. You understand that they understand what they're doing. And it's shot on a studio set in that scene? It's set on a movie set?
no, that's supposed to be like the real world. The song "Make 'Em Laugh," that is when they're on a movie set, like a movie within the movie.
It's the only other song I've seen in that, because Mackenzie, my fiance, was like, oh, this is my favorite song of all time. And she showed me that. And I was like, ooh,
I
I don't
love
know
that
what to
number.
say about this number because I did not like it. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
I love that song,
That's fine.
but It's definitely dated humor.
Kind of like Grease.
Grease, I'll tell you, there's some moments in Grease with some lines. I'm like, ooh man, how much longer can we do Grease as the world?
10 years ago, maybe 40.
Yeah, it's very dated.
We're gonna have to cut all this out. I'm currently in a production of Grease. We both are.
Well, you know me. This episode won't come out for 6 months.
Oh, Grease sucks. Not our production, just the musical.
Okay, what about the movie musical? I mean, that's iconic.
Is it iconic or is it popular? No, I mean that. I mean, is it iconic or is it popular? Casablanca is iconic.
Okay.
Is Grease iconic, or does just everyone know it, so it's kind of got that nostalgia vibe?
I think nostalgia is the reason people still do it nowadays, even though the content of the show is a little outdated.
Oh, the only reason Grease is sold out every night is because of nostalgia. I'm not arguing that nostalgia isn't a factor in anything, and it's great because it sells a lot of tickets. But it's not good. Grease is subpar.
It's a bubblegum musical.
Sure. But does it make you feel good, or do you just clap because you're like, I remember that?
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what the context of the dialogue is, because once you hear that, it's like, yeah, okay. Start bouncing in your seat. So it is that.
I saw a car, so I clapped. I saw a girl change everything about herself and wear a leather jacket, so I clapped.
Yeah, really. It's like, okay, so the message is change everything about who you are.
Yeah. Go chase that man, sister.
The final scene, she's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, oh, man, okay, what up? You're hot now.
Smoking.
Wicked.
Sandy, no. The weirdest thing about the ending of Grease, and I'm just slowly noticing it because that's the kind of actor I am. It's weird when Rizzo suddenly realizes that she's not pregnant, and she's like, let's go to the drugstore. I'm getting my friend. And it's like, that's such a weird ending of a last line of a show. It's so weird to me.
That is the last line of the show, isn't it?
Yeah. And his reaction is like, thank God. I've never...
Ecstatic. Picks her up, swoops her up, big hug, swings her around, celebrates.
It's such a weird action, and it's such a weird reaction.
Gosh, we don't need to talk about Spam a lot.
Oh, I thought it was terrible when I first read the script. I was really happy my dad asked me to be in it. I read the script. I was like, oh, I'm a Monty Python fan. Oh, they turned this into an American musical, and they cut out all the British humor. Wow, they did what musicals do. They made it fun for everybody and not challenging at all, and just for the lowest denomination possible. And then I was in it, and I was like, oh, I see the humor now.
Right. It's a little different when you're delivering the humor, and especially because you can put your own delivery on it. And, you know, it's
yeah, it's different.
Because as the actor, you're the one bringing them to life, so it takes on the life that you allow it to have.
Yeah, I feel like my problem is when you come at things from a filmmaking standpoint, as opposed for a theater standpoint, is you don't have that reaction. So you really have to trust the director when you're working on like a film, because even if you don't like the script, they have a vision, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you never know if what you made was good or funny. And usually it's not. But in theater, like once you deliver a joke and people laugh, then you understand how it's funny. Mm-hmm. Or if people don't laugh, you can change your delivery the next night.
Yeah, and growing up watching certain actors really taught me that. You know, Rod, your dad, my dad.
Yeah.
Just certain actors have a way of taking the most boring line and making it interesting or funny, and, you know, not just another throwaway.
Yeah, you and me.
I mean,
it wouldn't be the Miss Q unless Ricky's talking about himself. Am I right?
like, honestly, I don't know if we'll keep this in here, but the second part of Wicked, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I'm gonna. But you said you know the story, right? So, I mean, you have the whole Tin Man love story. It's tragic, and that's gonna happen. The Scarecrow. It's all tragic.
Like, but here, okay, don't you think Wicked would be better if it didn't have anything to do with the Wizard of Oz?
If it was its own standalone story about two witches who were just
It doesn't have to be witches. Like, I feel like the writer of Wicked wrote something and then realized this
Okay.
isn't going to be popular. I better put the Wicked Witch of the West in it. Oh, thank God, this just became public domain.
and I better have a song called popular so it becomes popular.
I'm talking about the book. I mean, the musical was just like, wow, this book is really popular and teenage girls really love this.
So let me ask you this. Are we truly supposed to believe that at the end of the original Wizard of Oz movie that the wizard is evil? He's kind of like, he just takes off. He's like, I'm sorry, going home.
Yeah, I guess he's a
I mean,
con
that's
man.
it, you know? And, but as far as like connections, because
Is he the super racist master lord? Certainly doesn't seem like that in the book. Certainly doesn't seem like that way in the original movie.
exactly. So and that's where the fan fiction comes into play because
Yeah, it's bad fan fiction.
suddenly the wizard,
Suddenly the wizard's Adolf Hitler?
who was the main, like, not main protagonist, but he was the guy. He was the beacon of hope for the whole movie.
He's just evil now.
And they made him into a villain.
Popular.
You haven't seen it.
You're gonna make
you
lots
haven't
of
seen
money.
it. The scene where the flying monkeys become flying monkeys, it was like, it was a little brutal. I was like, oh my God, this is rough to watch. It was like torture.
Rated PG. Or is it PG-13?
I don't know. Okay, sorry, let's move on. Okay, The Greatest Showman, I loved it. I saw it 4 times at the movie theater. If I like a movie musical, apparently I go see it 4 times.
I am too broke to watch that movie 4 times. I also don't have the attention span. I feel like those two writers, because they wrote Dear Evan Hansen, I think. I feel like they've been writing the same musical their entire career. Mm-hmm. And The Greatest Showman is also bad. Like everything they've ever.
But is that because the main character is not portrayed truthfully? Your opinion?
That's a big part of it. Is just P.T. Barnum is a terrible, terrible human being who did really awful crimes against humanity level, like, evil in my mind. Like, I think this guy is like top 5 worst Americans. I found a bearded lady and she's gonna sing Defying Gravity, but worse now.
Right. Because he basically gathered everybody and was like, hey, we're going to put you on display and I'm going to get paid for it.
Yeah, here's your 3 pennies for your show. Yeah, terrible.
But the soundtrack's great. I love it.
Sure, it's good. That's fine. It's okay. It's worse Wicked.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, so what do you think about the fact that Hollywood straight up will go for A-list actors in some situations? So they'll value the A-lister above the talent of singing. Because they don't do it like back in the day, they would have a singer, like Natalie Wood, for instance, in West Side Story. That is not her voice. She is being dubbed over with another professional singer. They don't do that anymore, obviously, but...
I feel like, so there's a trend in Hollywood movies, especially like post Chicago. Anything post 9/11, really, if we want to get like really political with Hollywood, where like the trend just became realism. And I feel like musicals themselves are really, really antithetical to that point. And it's easier to do this on stage because the audience is already kind of in a weird headspace when they go see a stage production.
Mm-hmm. That's being made into a stage production, actually. The Greatest Showman. It's now a stage musical.
I bet anything it wins like 5 Tonys, it makes a couple $1 million and everyone goes crazy about it again. Mm-hmm. Hugh Jackman is going to show up one night. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic, and everyone's going to go ape over The Greatest Showman once again, proving that I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like, again, you have to have this level of just buy-in. That's really hard nowadays. It's so hard to go see a movie that's not animated and watch people break in a song and do like really over-the-top acting and be like, wow, this is weird. It's jarring. And there's a fine line between that. And I don't know if it's
There is a
it
fine line
works.
between them because it can be it can be way too big, or it can be way too small.
Les Mis is the perfect example of this. It's shot so real and all in close up, and the movie is jarring. I think the movie's good, but it's really, really jarring to watch because they're singing at the top of their lungs in like really wide close ups. And the reason why I bring this up is because if you want to have someone that is a really good actor because you're going to shoot your whole movie in close ups, then you kind of have to give up on singing because you can tell when something is ADR'd. You can really easily tell because people are just bad at ADR nowadays. So you can't. I think you need the talent of an actor, especially if musicals don't sell. So you need someone like Ariana Grande who obviously can sing, but that's a big name.
Right.
So to stay with Les Mis, like you need a Russell Crowe because he's a big name, even if he can't sing, which he can. He's in a rock band. His music is good. I don't know what his problem is in Les Mis because he can't sing in that movie, but like his music in a band is decent.
Well, sometimes, it's just that you're doing what the director told you to, or you have to do it a certain way. Like, I'm not a stranger to going into a situation of acting with an idea. Like, I'm going to play it exactly like this. And then you realize that director had a specific idea for that character, and you are not prepared when you're just kind of like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing this now.
Yeah. I think the problem was also they were doing like live singing. So they had earpieces in.
Yeah.
But it was only for a piano.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It wasn't for like a band or like an orchestra. It was just a piano.
So it's like if we were at rehearsal
Yeah. So
with Carmen and we're just recording that.
you're singing at that and something else is playing. So I think that's why it's probably the most jarring. But I feel like if you're gonna do a movie musical, your actors should be able to sing. Because that's really, really important. But I think it's way more important that they're good actors than it is that they're good singers.
Right. I'd have to agree with that. Is there any movie musical that you'll just defend to the death?
Cats is almost...
Oh my gosh, Cats.
It's
You know
almost-
what? I've locked that in a box in my mind and you just unlocked it. Cats.
Same guy who did Les Mis.
We were both in Cats, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was Monkey Strap and you were,
Mungo Jerry.
yeah, Mungo Jerry.
Terrible names. Cats is so bad.
It's I am glad to have done that show, for sure. I'm glad to have it under my belt and just be able to say I did it. But the movie that came out, 2-3 years ago, it was very like the CGI for like
Yeah, it's weird.
Taylor Swift popping up in it. It was very stacked.
Yeah, and I feel like Cats had a lot of problems. One, the fact that like the musical, everyone is on stage the entire time. But when you have A-list actors, they're like, okay, I filmed my one scene. It's time to go home.
Right.
I also feel like Cats would probably work really well as a cartoon, not as a movie covered in CGI.
Yeah, it was very weird. Yeah. Just with the... What am I thinking? Like compared to the trash can they were standing next to, and so you see like James Corden in this fake CGI cat suit standing next, and he's eating like out of a garbage can, like Heathcliff eating the fish bones.
James Corden. Op number one. Public enemy number one, James Corden.
Yeah, Into the Woods have anything to do with that? There's a movie musical I was excited about.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sad that they took out a lot of the dark stuff.
Yeah, I think
There's a funny Prince number that got cut with the baker's wife.
there's hey, fun for the whole family.
Fun for the whole family, and they don't want you to hate the baker's wife right
don't,
before
hey.
she...
She gets stepped on twice during that movie.
Yes. Ugh, terrible.
What a great scene. No, but I feel like Cats is almost worth watching. And that's what I'll defend about it. It's almost so bad it's good.
Yeah.
If you were 3 beers deep, I bet Cats is like the best movie of all time.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially when they're in the milk shop drinking, everybody's dancing. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
dude.
but like
Jason Derulo as a cat.
I guess the only movie musical that I would defend would probably be The Lure, which is a weird Polish Little Mermaid remake that takes place in a nightclub. It is wild, and no one has seen it.
I've never even heard of it.
No one has. I found the Blu-ray at a Barnes & Noble. I bought it because Mackenzie thought the cover looked cool. It is graphic. It is like hard NC-17 Polish.
But that's like the story of The Little Mermaid originally is not a family friendly.
You want to see someone eat someone from their fishtail first. Highly recommended. That movie, it's great music too. It is weird Polish nightclub like EDM. It's wild.
Wow, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'll show that movie to anybody anytime. It is the best movie musical I've ever seen.
Wow.
I've said about 3.
I think I know the answer to this, but if you can completely erase one movie musical from existence, never existed, never will be made, which would it be?
An American in Paris.
Really? With Gene Kelly?
Yeah,
Why?
because I watched it in film class and I didn't like it. I don't know.
I thought you would say Moulin Rouge.
I would, but people like that movie. Like, I feel like Moulin Rouge.
So you wouldn't deprive the world of something they love just because you hate it.
I wouldn't deprive myself of Moulin Rouge because I hate it.
You like hating things.
Yeah, it keeps me grounded.
That's why I have you on here.
I know. It's just like, I feel like Moulin Rouge is the type of movie I watch when my life is going too well. I'll watch Moulin Rouge to keep myself grounded. It's like watching a really sad movie to get you in that zone. But American in Paris, I just feel like that movie is just the stock musical. And I feel like it has added nothing to society. Period. I feel like if American Paris never
Okay, so what do you think?
like you would never know.
So what do you think about the genre of musicals where it was like all Frank Sinatra, Rat Pack kind of thing? Do you think that was just cash grab, capitalizing, just like the Elvis movies when Elvis was doing all of those movies during his career?
Yes.
I grew up watching Elvis movies and I loved them.
I'm sure you did. You liked The Greatest Showman. Like it, again, I'm going to piss off every theater kid on the planet, but like it or not, you're the target audience for those movies.
They got me.
If you think they're bad, you're the target audience. I'm sorry, you like musicals. An Elvis movie, Blue Hawaii, was made for you.
Yeah. Viva Las Vegas. Oh, it's like my favorite Elvis movie.
The only Rat Pack movie that's good is Ocean's 11.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that version.
It's not as good as the remake, but it's
No.
still a lot of. No, the remake is so good.
So, in your opinion, what makes a good movie musical actually good? Is it the performances, the visuals, direction, or the faithfulness to the stage version?
Oh, faithfulness straight out. It has no basis on whether something is good. If you were going to adapt something, it doesn't matter if it's a book, it doesn't matter if it's a movie, it doesn't matter if it's anything. You do not have to be faithful because your job is to make something that is good. Does it behoove you to be faithful? Probably, because these things are tried and tested, so they're probably good already. But your job isn't to be faithful. Your job is to make something that's good. And if you look at like Cabaret or Chicago, those changed a lot in adaptation.
Well, and sometimes it's fan service, though. There's a line.
Yeah, and fan service is usually bad. It's usually they're there just...
And clearly, as we saw in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. The musical of Marvel movies. The musical, the modern day musical.
Avengers the Musical, which they watched that in the Hawkeye series.
Oh, I was going to say, there's a church in Canada that does like Easter pageant musicals, and they did one that's the Avengers, and that is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh,
You gotta
wow.
look up. It's wild.
That sounds amazing.
They crucify Tony Stark. It's great. It's fantastic.
Wow.
It's it's not subtle. But I feel like again, when we talk about good movie musicals, there needs to be a clear breakdown on what is real and what is fake. Because in musicals, every time you sing, it's usually non-diegetic. Diegesis is everything that happens on screen. So non-diegetic is not real. That's usually your score. Diegetic is something that is real, which is usually dialogue. Me and Ricky are talking right now. This is all diegetic. However, the intro music or any sound effects that play right now is non-diegetic. They're not actually happening. So in Grease, Grease Lightning is non-diegetic. And I feel like if we go back to Cabaret, a great movie musical,
I really want to see that being remade again. Like, well,
I think that'd work really well.
I think it would.
But you look at the song like Money,
Yeah.
that song is diegetic. It's not diegetic in the musical, but on screen it is because they're performing it at a nightclub. It's clear cut. That matters.
Right.
So I feel like you have to have a director that understands stage language and theater language. You have to have an adaptation that benefits for being on screen. That's why plays don't really transition to screen well, because they just shoot them in one location. And you have to have someone with a clear vision. And I feel like the musical itself needs to do something. I feel like a lot of modern day musicals are just movies that have music thrown in. Like, why remake Heathers and turn it into a musical? Even if the music is good.
You know what? And I think that's the next phase we're going to see in movie musicals is them going there. There was a movie that came out, like Mean Girls came out, and then they made a stage musical of it. And now the stage musical has been successful. So now they want to make a movie adaptation of the stage adaptation of the movie.
That's every single show on Broadway right now is a movie adaptation. Every one.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's fine, but it's also like, what is the point? Why do this? Are you so bereft of ideas that you can't write your own thing?
I think the world's clinging on to nostalgia right now.
Who was nostalgic about Heathers?
Well,
no one saw that.
Heathers, Waitress.
Beetlejuice?
There's a cult following. Beetlejuice. You know what? I really want to see that stage musical.
This podcast is brought to you by Beetlejuice 2.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, well.
Should
It's
I?
fun.
It's fun?
That's fine. It's probably better than the first one, but like I don't think the first one's all that good. So,
Okay, let's move on. Oh, man.
Michael Keaton singing and dancing.
In the second one?
No, in the first one, he's just doing a wacky voice the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Come on. That
Give it to
was.
me.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so okay, great. We covered a lot of movie musicals. Now, the show is called The Missed Queue. So, and you and I have been in a lot of shows together. You've been in other shows without me, so you've done even more than just what we've done together. Now, I want to know, have you ever missed a cue?
I think most directors think it's a miracle that I make my cues. It's a miracle that I'm on book. I don't know if I've missed a cue as much as like it's a miracle that I have them. In Greece, I did move a trash can and got a note about that. But my miscues are mostly like set changes.
Okay.
It's mostly just me adding stuff randomly.
Any stage catastrophes? Any stories you can share? Have you ever or been affected by a missed cue? Talk about what's going on right now with Greece.
It's the same thing that happened in Sister Act. It happens all the time with me, and I don't know why. But I live a life where actors just do not get to stage on time. And then as soon as I see them in the wings, I'm like, well, I don't want to be on stage anymore. So the scene's over now. Here's the cue line for the next scene. I did that. I did that in Sister Act. That's the most memorable, and it's happening in Greece right now. But the Sister Act is the most memorable to me. We're playing these characters. We got to go sneak into the nunnery. And there's a whole song. It's like a 5-page scene. I have no idea where he is. I look off stage. He's not there. I hate when actors repeat the same line over and over again. Where is so-and-so? So-and-so's not here. Don't do that. It lets the audience know that you've missed a cue. Just lie. So I'm looking at the other actors. They're like, oh, we're working with Tyler for the first time. He's known for going off book. This is his opportunity. I'm like, hey, let's just break in. These nuns have to do laundry. Let's just steal some suits. And as soon as I'm walking off, I see the guy about to walk on. And I'm just like,
Missed your chance.
yeah, I nod at him. I'm just like, no,
Wow.
now's not the time. Don't come on. Same thing happened with Greece. And on Sunday, I'm pretty sure Louis was walking down the stage.
Probably, but you have like zero tolerance.
No, I'm just like, hey,
I'm done. When Tyler's done, he's done.
let's go get a cheeseburger. I don't even bow half the time. Like, nod my head and then just walk off. If I could not company bow, I would. If I could not bow, I would. Just get me in the trailer right now. We're done.
Wow. Okay.
Well, that's so bad. Anyone that saw Spamalot knows it's true, though.
Oh, man. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for being on the show.
Always a pleasure.
Lots to think about.
I think so. I deserve an Oscar.
For being on this podcast?
Like, well, I mean, for setting up this podcast, for going over the camera setups with everybody.
Right.
You were really good today.
Thank you.
No, I've listened to a few of these. Like, you were really on it today.
Wow.
Yeah. Your privilege.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
I'm not going to be able to use any of this.
This episode of The Miscue is brought to you by Anderson Auto and Power Sports, proudly serving Mojave County since 1999 with top-tier rides and hometown pride. Whether it's roads or waves, Anderson's got you covered. Follow The Miscue on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. And remember, there's no excuse for a Mr. Late Q.